YouTube viewers, Jaylbayt here with a new episode of Master of Orion, playing as the Terran Khanate. We are getting into our Altarian war here. Excuse my voice. I came back from California with a bit of a cold, and it's caused my sultry voice to be very scratchy and gross. But hopefully I will get over that soon. But I didn't want to postpone coming out with some of these war episodes until I was better or feeling better, because that could be a week or who knows how long. So let's just get into it, and hopefully my voice isn't too distracting in these episodes. But as I had mentioned, we are going to do these videos in cuts, and basically it's a new style that I'm new style that I am going to try out. Basically, I'm going to have one video for this war with the Altair. And what I'll do is I will cut back in at certain parts to show our progress, and maybe how things are going, and if anything interesting happens, that sort of thing also. But you'll probably see chunks of these planetary systems getting eaten up. I still haven't quite decided if I'm going to just destroy everything, or if I'm going to start landing troops and trying to maybe just inhabit all of these worlds. It would be pretty cool to see a completely Terran-occupied galaxy, but we'll see. The other thing is, I remember I said that there was a turn maximum of 500, so we are getting down into our final turns here, over a third of the way through, or not a third, over 60% of the way through. So we're going to have to be kind of quick with it. So that may influence my decision on whether I capture or destroy planets in the galaxy, but we are going to keep it going. As it stands, our overall score is high. The Sakra are right behind us, so even if we do run out of turns, I think we still will have the ability to win via score, and our conquest score is obviously much higher. Destroying all their colonies. So, yeah. So, let's get on, and I will be back when there is some new fun stuff to show. And we're back. My voice still sucks. But we're getting ready to fight our first first kind of space battle with actually some ships, but you can see it's pathetically overbalanced. We are going to just wipe the walls with this, but I thought I'd come in here and yeah, I thought we already did this. Just kind of show how ridiculously overpowered we are. And I feel like they're going to try to keep most of their fleets in small batches like this to try and cover all their territory. Perhaps we'll see a bigger space battle when we get down to like their homeworlds and that sort of thing. But right now, this is kind of be the size of it, and it's just going to be ridiculously overmatched. What are we doing here? There we go. Easy. Quick and easy. And so, most likely, if it's this overmatched, I'll probably just do the auto-resolves to get that done. But you can see we did have some death rays with our 1 Bloodletter 9 here. And made quick work of it. We only received 100 damage. So, they do have fusion beams, which is Wait. No, fusion beams are old, aren't they? Let's check that out while I have you guys.
The March of the Khans walk.
Fusion beam. Oh yeah, these are plasma beams. So their beams are way back here. What the devil? That's like one of the first beams. So I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, so I will bring you guys back when something else happens. And we're back. And you can see that we've kind of cleared out a couple of these things. And I've kind of skipped Canopus, Kalib, Melusa. Kalib is a nice planet. It's a large, like, rich world. So I'm going to send my Marines to go capture that. But Canopus and Melusa, they're all kind of crap. So I'm just going to blow them up. They also have no defenses. You can kind of tell because if you have ships highlighted, you'll see that they have 0 attack power on those planets, which means they have no defenses. But I wanted to bring you guys back, bad voice and all, to show kind of our first real fight against the Alkari. We still seem to have overwhelming forces, but this one they actually have some stuff. They've got like 16 frigates, 3 military installations, so I figured this might be a fun one to watch. So let's go ahead and bring them in here, and let's get this show on the road. Yeah, large defensive thing here. Alright, let's get in and see how this plays out. You can see our death rays. Now, unfortunately for this station, it's sitting right in this cloud of doom. This swarm of frigates doing some work. On our shields, but not too bad. We're taking out their big ship right now. Still working on these batteries here, and then we'll just do some cleanup on the frigates. Doesn't look like we've lost too much health. This one's getting close. His shields are almost down, but now we're starting to take out these frigates quite quickly. You can see our shield recharge going on there, so not too bad. Easy victory, as it said. Wiped out a lot of their stuff. We took 3,000 damage, but if you look, our health bars, our green bars, are the ones that matter. Our shields will recharge in a turn. So, very nice. They had some missiles. Energy weapon. Our energy weapon accuracy was pretty poor, but that's mostly probably because we were shooting at frigates. Let's go ahead and move. There we go. This one also has some defenses. There's a colony ship here. But yeah, pretty successful fight. So, looking around, there's another big kind of biggish fleet there. I didn't see any others, but we may not be within sensor range. So we're just going to keep plodding along. Now with these worlds, medium Terran rich, medium tundra ultra rich, these are the worlds that I'm going to want to take over. And I remembered that I had built this fleet of assailants with the death spores. So on these types of planets, what I'll do is I'll just drop death spores until all of their ground forces are dead. and then go in with a marine force to take over the planet. So no problems. I may need to start pumping out a lot more marine things, but as soon as we take this first one, Khalib Prime with the marine things, they're ways away, but we'll get them there. I'll probably send my space factory here, who is upgrading along our front. We're upgrading our military outposts to the advanced military outposts. Also, we used to have a little force down here. The Cylons sent a fleet to destroy those little snakes or whatever they were. So I'm sending a fully upgraded bloodletter over this way just to make sure that they don't get too big for their britches. They may just want to be able to expand a little bit, but they picked the wrong guy to expand against. So we'll probably have to kill them off. I believe it says they're neutral, even though they killed my ships, so I don't know how that exactly works. But I'm not going to let them do that again. So, nice update. We're cutting into the Alkari pretty good. Turn 351, so it's only taken us about, 10 or 12 turns to do so far. So, hopefully, when we come back, about half of this stuff will be just under our control or destroyed. See you then. And we're back, and as you can see, we have our foothold in Alkari space here on Khalib. I was able to take that. It was a large, rich planet, so it's like, yeah, let's take that. It also is allowing me to get a space factory down here to build a wormhole generator, or whatever they're called. Jump gate, rather, in there so that we can kind of move in here a little bit easier. And the reason I want to do that is, if you'll look, we have 2 oppressors that are finished. Look at that attack power. That is just ridiculous. These 2 guys on their own could basically just run around and lay waste to everything. But as you can see, it really took a toll on our command points. We've got 2 of our bloodletters headed over this way to deal with the Cylons and their shenaniganry. And I wanted to bring you back because we are about to take over these 2 worlds here, Shredder Prime and Sheeter 3. They're both rich. This one's rich. This one's ultra rich. So both very nice planets, able to get a lot of production up quick. Not that we will need it, I don't think, but just wanted to do it and show you guys. And what I did here was with the assailants, I basically came through, and what we can do is, let's do this. We're going to send one here, and we're going to send one here. There we go. So let's start with Prime here. First, we'll do this just to get them all in one go, and then... So what I did was I basically, because they have a planetary shield, I dropped explosive bombs until their shield was down. But I didn't want to damage the structures. 21 structures is a lot of structures. I also didn't want to overly kill the population because I'm not sure what happens if there's no population and just structures. So then I dropped biological bombs, which just killed off the population and didn't harm the structures. Now, when I did that, immediately every race opened up a diplomatic message with me, and they're like, you better not use that poison crap on me, and they got super, super big diplomatic hit. So, if you want to be diplomatic with anybody at all, never use biological weapons. But we're the Terrans. We don't care. We're going to take you no matter what. And so let's go ahead and deploy. We only have the one. And we have crushed all resistance. And there we go. This is ours now. Now, one of the first things I like to build on these newer things that we take over is this alien management center, so that they will stop being poo-poo heads and start doing this. Now, we're at a huge deficit here, so we got to be a little bit careful, but I'm just going to buy this. And, because it cuts this in half. This is a really nice planet for this. I don't need that yet because I just did that, so I'll keep them here. And what else was I thinking of? I can't think. Oh, in 3 turns, we're going to get hyperspace communications, which is going to bump our command points by, I think, 2 per station. So we should be fine with our command points once this technology is done. But I did get the advanced planning thing or whatever. It basically adds like 5 population max or 4 population max to each of your planets. And so I took a lot of people off of science to start building up our populations again on those on pretty much every planet. And I did that because we don't really need any more research to take over the galaxy, I think. So it's not really my prime focus. But I did do that. I sent a couple population over to Orion just so that I could get it going. But I've decided Orion is going to be Terran pure. So only Terrans can be on Orion, as it will be the new seat of power for us here, centralized in our empire once we destroy everything. Yeah, so let's go ahead and take out these guys. Now, these guys were took a little bit more doing. And so they've got 1 Marine. I didn't want to risk completely annihilating the population, although I could. But 1 Marine is not going to stand against our 6 awesome guys. So let's go ahead and... I don't know if you have to destroy the shield to land troops. It doesn't look like it, but just to be safe, we're going to do that. And then we'll go ahead and... boom. Easy peasy. So let's get in here. Again, Alien Management Center is what we want. Buy this out. And then that should get these guys populating. Now, we have a huge negative here because they have so many buildings and so low population. But that's okay. It exacerbates this a little bit, but a big chunk, if you look, our upkeep is minus 200. So once we get rid of the fleet problem, this will be back into positive numbers. But we only have about 3 turns that we can deal with this. So that will give us enough time to do that. Good deal. Blockade is over. Blockade is over. So one of the things I'm going to do is, you can see this blood letter 5 is, I mean, it's a 5. It will take us so much money to upgrade it and that sort of thing. So I'm just going to go ahead and scrap this guy. Yes. And you can see that reduces our overage by quite a bit. Doesn't help us with our upkeep, unfortunately, until we get this down. But I'm going to do a similar thing with this sword. And that will drop us below. And there we go. Now, we're not making a lot of money, but why are we still at minus 60 fleet upkeep? I'm not sure. Maybe after this turn it will remedy itself. And then what I want to do is I want to take all these guys here and our last two transports here, and we're going to have everybody meet right there. He's arrived. Let's go ahead and take care of this. Easy peasy. And so now the Alkari really have no... It says they've got a little bit of power here, but they really have nothing they can do to stop us at this point. And so... we're okay here. This is getting a little bit worrisome. And then we're okay on everything else. So I'm okay with where we're at. We're going to have to be a little bit careful here. Luckily, the Sakura are the next things we're going to take out. And I may actually start that war before I finish with the Alkari. We do have our oppressors built now, so they can just kind of go and start stomping through Sakura lands. But I would like to kind of build up their fleet a little bit to deal with that. Now, did I don't remember if we give them bombs. I don't think so. No, okay. So we will still need bombers to take out their colonies, but one of the things we could do is just go through, lay waste to their fleet, and then that should be okay. But that's where we're at for now, so I will come back when we have more to do. See you in a bit. And we're back. As you can see, the majority of the Altarian force race is conquered. During the cut, the Chrysaloids here declared war on them as well, so they're kind of dealing with them up here. I figured I'd let them and clear out the bottom, the southern part first. We've only got one more place really left to do. There might be something down in here. I don't know. I'm not going to deal with it just yet. But what I'm wanting to do, and I kind of brought you in because I think I'm just going to go ahead and take out the Cylons. They've only got these two systems. I've stationed a couple of bloodletter 10s here, some here. And I think I'm just going to go through and wipe these guys out. Now, you can see we're at turn 392, so we're getting down to the wire. However, I've been building up our forces over here. We've got the oppressor and bloodletter here, and a number of ships are moving in to that area there. We've also got up here a pretty decent force building up. The forces that I had talked about building was an oppressor, I think 3 bloodletters, and then 6 scimitars. So we'd have a group of 10 ships. I'm also building like 2 squads of 5 of our, what are they called? These guys down here that kill things. Assailants, to run with each of them so that they can quickly go through and blow up planets. I decided not to just colonize everything, or rather use the troop transports to just take over planets, mostly because we're so short on turns. It would be very easy to do and get it blanketed with our people, but that would slow down time for me in getting everything conquered, and it would take extra turns to kind of wait. You have to sit on the planet with some ships to make sure they don't build up forces. It just takes too long. So I've decided that I'm just going to go through and pretty much annihilate everything. If I happen to have a troop transport and I don't want to sit around for too long waiting on a planet to get destroyed, I may just take it over like I did with Kadas down here. But for the most part, the only ones I'm going to, no, the only ones I'm planning on conquering or taking over is the homeworlds. So I'll take over Mentar Prime. I took over Altair Prime. I'll take over Chrysalon and Slaw. That way we can just kind of show our dominance, and we will have the races still in existence, if not in control of anything. So that's what that's going to do. So I expect there'll only be one more cut. When I come back in, we should have all of the Alkari done, as well as the Cylon taking over. So I will see you then. And we're back. It's not end yet, but I thought it might be nice to bring you in to show you a battle against the Cylon here. We've got 2 of our bloodletters. It says our chances are very good, even though they've got all this crap. Probably because we have hard shields, things like that. So let's take a look. Now, these are the bloodletters with the death rays. And so the death rays should give us quite a bit of oomph to take out this piddling Cylon fleet. Let's see. Our point defense a little bit lacking for those huge salvos, but you can see how fast our rays are shooting. I believe it's because we have the autonomous thing on them. I haven't actually looked at our things in a while. Looks like they've gotten through our shields here on this guy, but he is... this guy's aimlessly shooting at rocks for no reason. Always fun. And you can see against frigates or even destroyers, these things are just way too strong for them to even dent in their shields. Our death rays are doing some good work here. Their fleet hasn't even fully come to play yet. But now we will go ahead and see. Oh, did they run? Looks like they retreated. Those must have been the colony ships. Yes. There we go. Now, chasing these guys down could be a pain. And then we have this one. I'm a little wary to attack this fleet. You can see our victory chances are about 50-50. These are older ships. They don't have the death rays, so a lot of it depends on ions. So I think what I'm going to do is have them just kind of sit here until these guys can get up and assist them there. All these colony ships, I'm probably not going to chase them if they go down that way. If they stay there, then I will wipe them out at that point. But, well, it's time for next turn. Let's see what's going on. I'll let you guys see if they're running for the hills. Nope, they stayed. More silly them. So we'll send one guy over here. We'll send one guy up here. And then we'll just take him out. So that they don't cause any more trouble. And then we'll go ahead and get most everybody back up here for this. You can see that we've got tons of notifications. There's so much population growth because of some of the techs that we've picked up. Let's see here. Core waste dumps. Astra University. This is an abundant, so let's go ahead and just get you terraforming. basically with these, I'm just building them up and then throwing everything into science. Oh, one of our scimitar batches is done. Very nice. For you guys, I think, yeah, we'll just terraform you. At this point, I've got so many forces that I'm encroaching even now on my force limit up at 192. So we're going to need to, let's see, we will send you up to this fleet here. You can see 5 scimitars headed up here. And there's already 2 scimitars here, so we'll probably send another group, or one of them, up that other way. You can stop there, so it will have its full complement of scimitars. And actually, why don't I send one of you up there now? Get you headed on your way. And then the 5 will come here and fill out this fleet. And then once those 2 fleets are fully staffed, I will launch my war against the Sakra, which will be in another episode. But I'll be back in just a second for you guys. All right, guys, this should be the last section. As you see, all of the Altarian territory has been destroyed or conquered by either myself or the Chrysalons here. And this appears to be their last planet, although I do see this little yellow thing down in this area, so they may have come down here. If that's the case, hopefully these guys will go down there and blow them up. If not, I'll have to do it. But the Cylon are about to be destroyed as well, so we will finish up this episode by taking out... Oh man, this is a big colony. This might take me some while. Oh, wow. Might as well drop the bombs here. Might get... No, I'm still... So what I've seen, or rather what I've noticed, is that when you drop the biological bombs, you have like maybe 10 turns where everybody's just mad at you for doing it. And then after those 10 turns, if you do it again, you get another hit. So if you continue to use them, everybody pretty much will hate you. If you can see here, they're destroyed. They hate us. They hate us. They hate us. They hate us. Basically, everybody hates us because we've been using these nuclear weapons, or these biological weapons. Anyways, let's see if this is the end of the Altarians. I'm just going to go ahead and auto-resolve things here. Attack the colony. Drop these bombs.
Promised the horizon by the will of Skriak, and now to fall from such heights.
Yes, it is sad. And yet, I'm not crying. So, sorry, dude. Hey, at least I didn't completely eradicate your race. Alright, so they will be good slaves and subjects for their unique talents. Anyways, goodbye. The Alkari flock has been eliminated by the Terran Khanate. Yes. So good. Alright, so that's done. So I'm going to send these guys over back this way. I was able to get this advanced military base up here, so they can't come in here. I'm sending them over to put one here as well. But this little force of cruisers and a battleship came through. I don't know why. I don't know if he was headed down here or if they're in an alliance with the Cylons. It just seems weird. But he will need to get out the way. As you can see, we are nearly complete on this fleet. It just needs its last bloodletter. And on this fleet, it needs 2 more bloodletters, but it has all of its scimitars and its assailants. So that is looking good. Basically, we are primed to start the Sakra War in the next episode. But let's go ahead and do a couple quick turns here so that you can see the end of the Cylon as well. And I'm hoping that will be swift. They must have just had like a base or something, or like a survey sensor or something like that. I don't want to do this stuff, so you're already a Gaia. Oh, you haven't built that yet? Build that. And Holo Simular at Kadeth. Beautiful. People will stop being dumb. Sure. Become a Gaia. I've just been doing terraforming in Gaia on all my planets, so they're all pretty much ridiculously good now. We'll go ahead and move our forces. Come down here. This is going to take a little bit. Really need to get more bombs down that way, so we'll send them over here. And that's going to take a bit, so I'll be right back with the death of the Cylons, and then we'll end this episode. Hey guys, so had a bit of a problem with the last segment. I forgot to record it. I forgot to hit the button to start recording. So basically all I did was just a couple turns just to bomb out the Cylons, and the Cylons died. So I can hopefully go back and at least gather that turn maybe. If not, basically the Cylons just said that they thought it was that the mysteries of the galaxies would not be discovered because of the aggressive natures of idiots. And I told them basically that, hey, if any mysteries of the galaxy rear their head, I'll kill that too. So they don't have to worry about it. But that's going to do it for the rest of this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please tap on that like button. It really helps me out and it helps out the channel. And if you really enjoyed it, feel free to subscribe, share it with your friends. For more content like the Trilarian campaign that's going on currently. But either way, I want to hear from you guys. So please leave me a comment down in the comment section. Let me know how you thought this war or this episode went. Tell me if you liked the kind of cutout and back and forth. It was a little bit not quite as involved or engaging. They just kind of spread out and didn't really give us much of a fight. So I was able to pick off their smaller fleets in order rather than them amassing a big fleet. So hopefully that will change in the next episode, the Sakra War. If not, I may compile the Sakra and the Chrysaloid War together, and we'll just finish out this series. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time, I've been Jaylbayt. You guys live free, game hard.